Hey, thanks for watching another episode of Collectibles From My Closet. On today's episode, we're going to do Dark Disney. Look at a few things on the darker side of Disney. Disney does have a lot of dark things. One of my favorites being the Haunted Mansion, and I have a lot of Haunted Mansion stuff to show you, which I will be showing you in just a bit. But first, since we're looking at the dark side of Disney and some of the kind of those types of elements, let's look at these guys right here, little Tim Burton creations. These are plushies from Tim Burton's Frankenweenie, and not a lot of people have seen these, but they're super cute. This is Frankenweenie right here. A little closer look at him with all his stitching and things like that. I get asked a lot, where did you get those? These did come from the Disney store, but I don't think they offer them anymore. I haven't seen them in a long time. There's the Bride of Frankenweenie right there. So I don't think you can get them from Disney anymore. You may have to like search third parties and eBay and stuff like that if you want to get them. But they did come out with these Frankenweenie plushies, and I just love them. Too cute. Now my all-time favorite Disney villain is Cruella de Vil, and I've got some kind of neat Cruella stuff to show you here. So this is a 12-inch Cruella figure that's kind of, I guess I call them Barbie style. She's a Cruella Barbie. And cool packaging. Haven't taken her out of the packaging just because I like the big face on the front and all that. Now the front does open up so you can see her a little bit better. Get a better look at the fur and the ring and all that. It's got saying there on the inside about Cruella. Really neat. I really like her a lot. And the back of the packaging, super simple. It just has up there a quote from 101 Dalmatians. You can see right there, and then just this huge picture of Cruella that makes up the rest of the back. And I love her. I love that art as well. Now here was a limited piece that came out. This is Cruella in her car. It's very stylized, and look at the face. I love the face because it's like the most angry, evil, scary looking Cruella I think I've ever seen in my life. But it's a little porcelain piece, and you can see here on the other side more of the details and how stylized and stuff it is. And she comes out of the car right here, and if you look in the car here, she's hiding a puppy. There's a puppy in there. Look at the Dalmatian with little spots. Like I said, this was a limited piece. These came out here from Harmony Kingdom. They made 500 of them. And that's what that looks like. Now these next ones, I don't know where these came from. They're little cheap plasticky mini Cruellas in different poses. I don't know if they were like Happy Meal toys or exactly what. They came out of like a gumball machine. I don't even remember where I got them. But it's just Cruella in some different poses and some little bitty mini Cruellas. Here are a couple of my favorite Cruella mugs. The one here on the left, just because it's her face, really huge. I love the artwork on that. And then on the back it says power, it just feels so good, and has her cigarette there which wraps around to her hand and her face. And this other coffee mug here, very cool again. I love the artwork. It's got a little Cruella de Vil license plate that spins around on the handle. And when you spin it around, it says, I'm surrounded by idiots. And I think we all feel that way sometimes. So just another reason that I relate to Cruella. Now Funko got involved, and they do pops of anything they can do pops of. And they did this Pop Rides series, and it's got Cruella in her car. And again, it's another crazed looking Cruella. And it's got a lot of glare on here. It's a super shiny surface, so I apologize for that. But you can see when I get down here, you can see her crazy eyes. There's her crazy eyes. And I like the packaging, so I probably won't take her out. I don't know, I might one day. But that was the pop version. Now, there was another cup I had to show here real quick. You see Cruella on it. It's a big letter V. Disney came out with the ABCs of Disney, and you see V is for villains. And this was their villain cup, and they came out with a cup with different letters representing different things, and there's Cruella on the villain's cup. So I had to have that one just because she's on there. And since we're talking about villains, one to make a comeback here in the recent years with all the live action movies and stuff like that is Maleficent. This is a plushie of Maleficent, and I love her face. It's just very classic Disney looking. And the clothing, the way that they made the clothing and stuff on her, I think is very cool too, with the flowing dress and cape and all that. Just really neat the way it's constructed and put together. Now, since we looked at a little bit of Tim Burton here, of course, the most popular Tim Burton Disney movie is Nightmare Before Christmas. I love Jack Skellington and those characters. Here's a few things from that film. I'll start with a couple of my favorite Jack Skellington mugs. Here on the left is a very stylized Tim Burton-ish looking type thing with Jack's face. And Jack's face is on both sides, which is kind of a little too symmetrical for Tim Burton. But it's a cool cup overall anyway. And then over here I just like it because it's just a big face. There is nothing over here, so boring. But it does have stripes on the inside, and that makes it cool. Stripes and a giant face. Those are two of my favorite Jack mugs. Now over here is a Vinylmation. Disney came out with these little vinyl guys. They're 3-inch figures, and they were in the shape of Mickey Mouse, and they would be painted like different characters from different movies, and this one they painted like a Jack. Now there's a whole lot from Nightmare Before Christmas that they did this way. The back of the packaging here shows some of the other characters from the movies that they painted onto these Vinylmations, but I only got Jack because he was my favorite. Now here was something different. They're kind of like Pez, but they're not. This was released for the 25th anniversary of Nightmare Before Christmas, and they are pop-ups, and you put these lollipops inside these heads that are like Pez dispensers, except as you can see here, they open up, and you've got your sucker inside, and I don't know if it's to keep it fresh or clean or whatever. It opens and closes, but this was kind of their version of Pez, I guess. And Disney Parks came out with these for the Halloween parties. This is a Oogie Boogie popcorn bucket. I love Oogie Boogie, one of my favorite characters from the movie, and you're wondering, a popcorn bucket? That doesn't look like a bucket. But when we turn it around here, you'll see it's got this little door on the back of him, and that's where the popcorn is. So they would fill that up with popcorn, and you would eat out of the back of Oogie Boogie, and you kept that as a souvenir bucket. So there you go. There's just a few of my Jack Skellington things. And you can't show Dark Disney without working Mickey Mouse in somewhere, so here you go. It's Mickey the Vampire. Ooh, look at those teeth. Look at those teeth. Spooky. I love Mickey. This was a little doll they came out with for the Halloween party also, and you can see here on the cape it's got little candies, little trick-or-treat candies, which is just kind of like the outfits that the cast members wear at Disney for the Halloween party. But the Vampire Mickey at the Halloween party is one of my favorite Mickeys ever. Now I mentioned the Haunted Mansion. Haunted Mansion is my all-time favorite Disney thing ever. Favorite ride, favorite toys, favorite everything. I've got tons and tons of Haunted Mansion stuff, so I'm just going to show you a few of those things here for my Haunted Mansion fanatics. This was done by an artist named Jim Shore, and I love Jim Shore pieces. They're very distinct in how he does things. This had the light-up lamps on the gate, which I love. I love the flickering purple lamps. And Jim Shore, if you notice here, see all the kind of little flowery designs and little checkerboard designs that pop up here and there in the background and on the wall and stuff like that. That's really Jim Shore's signature look. But I love this hitchhiking ghost sculpture. Another one he did that I have that I love is the organist from the mansion. And you'll notice here as well a lot of little signature flowery things worked into the design. But the detail is great. Here's the skulls that you see floating up as he plays the organ. And if we move this little guy here, you can see more of the checkerboard and flowery type designs that they've put onto the organ player anyway. And oh, look at this dust. There's a lot of dust. I customized this with dust myself to give it authenticity. But look at the details on the organ. All the little keys are painted and the buttons, and there's his checkerboard design. Really cool piece. Now this is a snow globe that I have, and you hear it plays creepy music. It's a musical snow globe with the hitchhiking ghosts on top and the snow floating around them. Lots and lots of details to look at on this snow globe. as well as playing music, it has the little arms and little bird, little things that move, that are hooked up to springs. And you'll notice here that there are green lights in some of these ghosts, and you can see the light on there. It looks better in the dark when they're lit up, but look at all the detail in like the bricks and the grass and the tombstones and things like that. Here's a couple more ghosts that light up with those green lights. Lots of details in the trees, the eyes looking at the trees. Here's another ghost here on this side that lights up. Lots more detail in the sculpture, but really neat little snow globe. Now, one wall of my house is dedicated to the Haunted Mansion, and I have a Haunted Mansion sign that hangs up there next to a giant piece of wood that has the Hatbox Ghost on it. And these are little boxes. It's like canvas stretched across wood, and you see they're limited to 195. They're numbered and signed by the artist. And I have these hanging up there as well. Neat little original paintings. And then in the middle of it all is this poster for Haunted Mansion Disney World. Now, I collect Walt Disney World Haunted Mansions, so the mansions you see will be the Disney World Mansion. I don't do the Disneyland Mansion, or rarely the Disneyland Mansion. This is Madame Leota towels that I have in a box, and this giant piece of wood here, which is a sign for Madame Leota's store. And those little boxes that I showed earlier, the canvas stretched across the wood. Now, this is one of my few Disneyland pieces. You'll notice that's the Disneyland Mansion and not the Disney World Mansion. I love this. It's another limited piece, signed and numbered, and I like it because it's Mickey and Minnie riding in the Doom Buggy. I just like the design of it, even though it is Disneyland, and this is the way they come, with a certificate on the back telling you about the author and the number of the piece that you have. Now, for Precious Moment collectors, this is fantastic. It's a Doom Buggy with the little Precious Moments kids riding in it and a hitchhiking ghost. So I say that's me and my wife there, riding our favorite ride with the hitchhiking ghost. Gotta love Precious Moments, especially when they do Disney. Now, here's a couple of my favorite Haunted Mansion mugs. I showed you that villain cup earlier that was the ABCs of Disney and V. Well, this is H. It's also in the ABCs of Disney line. H is for Haunted Mansion. And it has the giant H there as the gate for the Haunted Mansion with the hitchhiking ghosts on it. Love that. There's a much more gothic version right here, which is the Haunted Mansion cup, and it's got the candlestick. It's purple and black, got the Haunted Mansion sign right there, and on the back it's got just the HM in kind of a gothic type style logo. A couple other favorite cups of mine. This little one here on the left is very stylized in its artwork, all very cartoony. The cup is really, really small, and I can't drink anything out of it because it holds about 2 sips, and that's it. But I do like the artwork and the design on it. And then next to that is a travel mug. The travel mug here is one of the no-spill cups, and it's got the same type of artwork, that cartoony hitchhiking ghost on it. And on the back of it has the Haunted Mansion sign. So those are a few of my favorite Haunted Mansion cups. Now, if you know anything about the little metal models that they make, or that you make, actually, it's pieces. These are a pain in the butt to build. It's all little bitty metal pieces that you have to like bend and put together, and basically do it with tweezers. See how small it is compared to my hand? It's super small. All these pieces are like super small, and yeah, I spent hours with tweezers trying to put this thing together. But I love it. The final product, which is the mansion from Disney World, not the Disneyland Mansion, is fantastic. I love it once it's put together. Now, my refrigerator also has Haunted Mansion, and it's got hitchhiking ghosts along with the Hatbox Ghost magnets that I keep right there, kind of clustered around the Haunted Mansion sign. They don't stick real well to the refrigerator, so that's why they're clustered. The mansion holds them on there as well. And then you'll notice right here, I also have the Disney World Mansion magnet that matches the poster on the wall. Now, these were books. Ghost Relations Department, Get it? Get it? Anyway, these came out for the 50th anniversary. You'll see it's got black pages. The sides of the pages are black anyway. And it's a leather-bound type of book with just journal pages in it, so you can write whatever you want to in there. Keep a journal and stuff, but I liked the book, just the look of it, the ghost relations. Now this is another one of my few Disneyland items. You'll notice that's the Disneyland mansion, pictured there with the hitchhiking ghost, but it's a collector's plate. I couldn't find a Disney World mansion collector's plate. Maybe they only make them as Disneyland, but that's what it looks like. Now here's another little stylized piece with the hitchhiking ghosts. I love them. I think they're super cute the way that they're sculpted. They're kind of clay-like, and it's got this little pole here that's a picture holder. It's meant to hold like a picture of you at the Haunted Mansion or whatever, and this is the way it works. You just kind of stick it in there and it holds the picture, or bills, or whatever. Now these are huge. You can see compared to the light switch there how big this box is. It's a tombstone shaped box, and it's got the hitchhiking ghosts inside, 3 little plushy ghosts, and these were a limited release. It's got the 3 main ghosts there, and then the Hatbox Ghost came in his own tombstone with his pal, the Bat. Now they did make other mansion characters like the caretaker and the butler and the maid and stuff like that, but I didn't get those. I'm really fascinated and really like the ghosts, so I only got the hitchhiking ghost and Hatbox. But really neat little plushies right there. Now for the upscale collector, you can get a Dooney and Bourke purse. Yeah, these are, when you put this little label on it right here, that Dooney and Bourke thing, that means that you're paying $200 to $300 just off the bat for that. But this was one of the purses that they made for the Haunted Mansion. Comes with a little Haunted Mansion tag. Real simple, but I love it. It's got just the Haunted Mansion wallpaper as its bag. Really neat little purse there. Now these they came out with, they are hologram doom buggies. Kind of hard to see with the reflection, but when you push the button on the front, they light up and make noise. Check this out.
Beware of hitchhiking ghosts. They have selected you to fill our quota, and they'll haunt you until you return. Now I will raise the safety bar, and a ghost will follow you home. Welcome, foolish mortals, to the Haunted Mansion.
Love it! And now there's these also. These are little dioramas that you could build your own scenes from the Haunted Mansion. This is the attic with the bride, and if you notice there how many pieces there are to lose, there's like 32 pieces in that one and like 22 pieces or something like that in this one. And this is Madame Leota's seance room that you can set up as a diorama. I have not taken them out of the box because I don't want to lose all the pieces. That's a lot of pieces, but they're super cool. Now these are Mickey Mouse ears. You're probably used to seeing the traditional mouse ears that people wear around the parks, but these are Haunted Mansion versions. Made after the Hatbox Ghost, so he's got the hair and the giant hat and the bricks from the Haunted Mansion, and even has the gold tooth. What's up with that ghost grill? But these are fun. I wear them at Halloween all the time. These are some neat little boxes. There's a lot of different versions of these. I only have 2. And inside these Haunted Mansion boxes, when you open them, they have like these coffin type exteriors, or exteriors, and they have these jars, and the jars have ghosts in them. This is the prisoner, the hitchhiking ghost Gus. They come with a death certificate, and this one over here is the Hatbox Ghost with his death certificate, and supposedly the souls of these ghosts are trapped inside the jars. When you take the jars out, you can see them a little bit better here. They have their own little face inside. You can see them sort of in there, and you'll see them better in just a moment. But that's the Hatbox, and each of them comes with their own little like necklace chain type thing. There's the Hatbox, and this is Gus. When you spin Gus around here, you'll see him in there. There's his chain, but you can see his little face in there. You'll see him better in a moment. Now the tops of these you'll notice are the sign for the Haunted Mansion, and the reason it's open right there is that's a speaker. They play different things from the Haunted Mansion. Here, I'll let you take a listen. So really neat sounds and lights from the Haunted Mansion. Now here's something they don't do anymore. They used to have a photo booth at the Haunted Mansion where you could go in and have your picture taken, and you would sit in there and they would take your picture, and then it would be this type of picture that if you sort of walk to the other side, ooh, look, you turn into one of the ghosts inside the mansion, just like the changing portraits inside the ride that you drive by and they change. So you can look at it one way and it's you, and then you move around and look at it the other way and you have become one of the ghosts inside the Haunted Mansion. Really cool. Now these cards are really rare. You don't see them too often. They are honorary caretaker cards, and they're little postcards, and you can only get them if a cast member from the Haunted Mansion gives you one. Typically, if they have like a child help out, they dress the child as like one of the butlers at the Haunted Mansion and lets them open the doors and let guests in and participate with fun. They get this honorary caretaker card that shows that they were honorary caretaker, and I've got a few of those, but those are really rare. Not too many people get to see those, but now you've seen them. How about that? So thanks for watching another episode of Collectibles from My Closet, the Dark Disney show. We'll probably have another Disney show at a later time because I got tons of Disney stuff to show you. If there's things that you want to see or talk about or mention or have questions about, just put them in the comments below the video. I want to thank everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time.